Hi everyone, good evening on this lovely Monday evening. It's very windy and horrible where I am today. I hope it's okay where you are. Okay, so I'm here this evening just to introduce the way I teach drawing, and I do it in a step-by-step process. I have two books so far that are available. There's Learn to Draw Step-by-Step Summer and Learn to Draw Step-by-Step Fairies. If you go to my profile, and my links there for shop where you can get the books or you can get printable sheets like this, whichever you prefer. You can also go to my website for the downloads, and that link is also in my bio. Thanks for joining, those of you that have just joined. So I'm just going to run through some of the sheets that I've already done on other lives and some of the other work that I've done on YouTube. My tutorials are available on YouTube and also on Patreon. There's more on Patreon because obviously that's a pay-for service. So I've done two books so far, Summer and Fairies. So some of the ones I've done so far on Summer while I've been on TikTok lives. We've got the ice cream one. I don't know if you can see, we've got the sandcastle one, and it takes you through all of the different steps, so you can't go wrong. We did the punch one the other day, and we also did the deck chair one, the summer one, out of the summer book. There we go. And we've also done the sailboat one. As you can see, it is step by step, very clear. The greyed out bits is the bits where you've already done, and then in the dark black is what you need to do on the next step. So it really helps you just to get the basics in. I have got some work here because I do go over onto YouTube. I do actually then show you, once you've drawn them, how to colour in different ways. That was a watercolour ice cream. We've got the pineapple there, but it got it got a bit damaged, that one. Watermelon. So I don't just show you how to draw them, I also show you how to, that also got a bit damaged, how to colour in different ways. Sometimes it's watercolour. Sometimes it's acrylic, that's an acrylic one, coloured pencil, and I show you how to blend the coloured pencils, how to shade in, and also pastel pencils. So I do show you more than just the drawing. I show you different ways to take the drawing further and into colour. And that's over on YouTube. All my links are in the bio, so please do take a look over there. Make sure you give me a follow and click the notification bell, and that way you can hear about when I'm going live in the future. Okay, so let's go over to the fairies one. So I've got some examples here from my step-by-step fairies book. They're also available as sheets, don't forget. They can be sent out to you as printed sheets. So we did this one the other day, or they're available as downloads on my Patreon. If you take a look over at my profile, you can see all the links. On the step-by-steps, as you go through, the greyed area is what you've already done, and then the darker black areas is what you need to focus on for the next step. And I just think it's a really great way to draw. It takes you through absolutely every step. You can't go wrong. And even if you do, I show you how to make it right. So that's an example of one we did the other night on a live. There's also this one. This is from the fairy set. There will be other books coming. I'm going to do one every month. There's a book every month released, and there's also going to be videos released to go with all of the book images on YouTube as well. This is the fairy one on the moon. That's a cute one. We did that the other night, and I think this is one of my favorite ones out of the book. So there are different levels. There's a level 1 star up to 4 star. This is a 4 star because it's a pretty tricky one. Yeah, so there's something for everybody, every ability, and it's for any age. I just say that it's really about the ability and where you're at. You just start where you're at. So you could start at something a bit simpler and work up to something more tricky. But because they're step by step, you basically know exactly what you've got to do next because it's in the dark, and the greyed out bits what you've already done. So that's my books, that's the sheets. The books are there so you can see them. They are linked in my bio. Pop over there. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Patreon. So one way or another you can get hold of my sheets that way. So let's have a go at some for today. I think we will have another go, because I want to stick to doing the fairies because it's the latest one. I think we'll have another go at this one. So basically, I think what I'm going to have to do from now on is enlarge these pictures so that you can also see what I'm doing, because I just think that would, if that was larger right next to me while I did that step, it would help you. So at the moment, you can't see that particularly well. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, and I'll move it as we go so that you can see. So our first step today will be drawing in some blades of grass. So I'm using an F pencil, which is quite a hard pencil, but it's for detail, and I want some really clear, blades of grass. Now remember, these are all the sheets you can have as downloads to print yourself, or from the books. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to draw in the blades of grass. I hope you can see that. Maybe I'll go over to the darker pencil. It's a B. They are blacker and softer, so yeah, you can see that better. Okay, so I'm going to just draw in different level blades of grass to make it interesting. They're all going in different directions. There we go. I hope you didn't hear that yelling then. Both my teenage sons are upstairs, they're gaming. Okay, so I don't understand why they have to be quite so noisy, but they always are. Okay, so I've drawn in my blades of grass. I'm literally just flicking the pencil to get different dimensions, different sized forms of grass. Now, come to the next step, next two. And you can see on step 2 that the lighter areas was the grass, and now we're going to work on the bottom of the mushrooms. So this will be, let me try and keep that in picture for you. So what I'm going to do to draw that is I'm going to sketch out really gently and with small movements the base of that mushroom, because if I'm just doing those small movements I can adjust as I go, whereas if I try and do it in just one movement I won't get necessarily the line I want. It might be one clear slick line, but it won't be the one I want. Okay, so then we're going to come round. That's the base of the mushroom. Then we're going to do the next one. It's quite close by. I think it stops about here. So we'll come up, do a similar shape. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfectly like the one on the sheet because it's your drawing. Really, it's just somewhere to start from for you to copy from. Okay, so I've got my second one there. Remember, they don't have to be perfect like in the book. This is about you having fun, and make it sketchier if you want. Remember, this has been drawn digitally, so all the lines are perfect, but when you do it, you're actually sketching for real, so don't try to compare. Now we're going to come down here with some lines just to give some dimension and some form to our mushrooms. There we go. And you can draw in those lines wherever you want them, to be honest. You know, you don't have to copy. What it does, it's just giving you that idea of what you want to do and how you want to do it. So yeah, that's the next step. Number 2 is done. So we have filled in number 2. Sorry if I stop talking, it's because I get so engrossed with what I'm doing that I just completely forget that I'm on a live. Yeah, I do normally come around to come to again and start talking. So we'll go to the next one, and the next one is about doing the tops of the mushrooms over here. So we'll do that now. Going to come round. So it starts about here, little gap from there, and it's literally, I mean, you can give it some shape, so you know it can be wiggly, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now I've drawn the whole thing in round here, but actually I shouldn't have done that because I'm going to do the other mushroom over here, and that's fine, because we can rub it out. Now try and go lightly yourself. I can't, I've got to press hard so that you can see. Oh, we're out of shot there, hang on. So I'm going to come in and just draw it how I want to there. Right, now I'm going to do this one. Again, just be rough with it. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect straight lines like the digital drawing is. Yeah. So I'm going to draw that one in. There we are. Okay. So now what I can do is I can come round with this one and redo that so that it's coming behind, and I'll just use my rubber to get rid of the bits we don't want. There we go. So now we have two rather wonky looking mushrooms. That's okay because these are magical mushrooms. Okay, the next step is going on over to the mushrooms here, where they have got the detail underneath. You can see here, right? That makes it a little bit more 3D, and then we've got all the patterns on top of the mushroom. So let's have a little look at that. Please do share my live if you are looking. Please come on if you see it in your feed. Come on, say hi, and make sure you give me a share. That'd be awesome. Okay, so I'm coming in, and first of all, I'm making the underneath part of the mushrooms a bit darker, and then I'm coming out with some little lines to give the idea of it being a 3D object, so it doesn't look flat. And we're going in that round direction of the mushroom to give it that curve. All right, we're coming round with patches. And there we go. Now I am generally trying to put the marks in where they are on the sheet, but to be honest, you can just put them anywhere you like. Just come up with your own patterns. Okay, and then we'll come in and make little marks here, there, and everywhere. There we go. And now I am going to come in with those lines. You probably can't see them very well there. Can you see? And we'll come round and put some other marks in on this one. I have actually copied them pretty exactly when it comes to the marks, but you don't have to. Just put some in any way you want. Just, it doesn't matter. These are fantasy mushrooms. They're not real ones. So you can do what you want. You could colour them in all sorts of colours when you came to that point. Okay, so we've done that. The next step is drawing in our little fairy. So the way I would do this is I would think about where her feet are in relation to these. So they come down in a little shape like that, like little V's. I think you can just about make that out. And then her dress, her little fairy dress, comes in and up to her body like that. Okay, and then she's got little arms that come out, very little arms. In fact, there's just one arm there because behind her, these are her wings. So we need to bring her in, draw her a little wand. Very difficult for you to see there. It's coming close up. There we go. That must help a little bit. And she's got a little wand. I mean, the books that I've got here and the sheets that I produce, they are aimed at adults as well as children. It's about ability. It's not really about age. It's about where you're at. There's different levels for different stages. This is a stage 3 out of 4 stages. So there's a fair bit of detail in this one. So yeah, let's draw her head in there. She's just got a cute little round head, some little bunches, and some more little bunches. And then, because she is in the shade, we've got no detail on her, we have to colour her in. So let's give her a full colour. There we go. Gonna give her a shade in. Now, if you feel as though you've lost the shape anywhere, you can always go in with your rubber. I feel as though I've lost the shape in her legs a little bit, so I'm going to go over that a bit. There we go. Okay. That's it. We're done. That was the final one. The only thing you can do now is on the picture. On the picture, you can see there's stars and there's dots and things in the background. So that's just like a final touch. And your stars are literally just little crosses almost. You can obviously draw stars the normal way we would do with all the points on, but you don't have to. And then we're just going to go around like little twinkles, tiny little marks dotted around. Try not to be putting them in rows. It's our brain tries to straighten everything and put everything in rows, but there we go. So that's it, we're done. It's one of my favourite ones, magical mushrooms. So that is from my book, Learn to Draw Step by Step. Not summer. Learn to Draw Step by Step Fairies. So as I say, there's lots of levels in here. It shows you how to use the book in the front. And as you can see, this one is, let's come back out a little bit. This one is a level 1, but don't be thinking it's easy. It's harder than it looks. So we start you off just getting some basics in on the level 1s. Then on level 2, we take the detail a little further. On this one, there's a few more details on the magic spell book. Then we go into the magical mushrooms, which we've just done. So that's a 3-star. There's quite a bit of detail in that one. There's also Moon Fairy, which is 3-star. And there's Mushroom Fairy House, which is a 4-star. So we're getting really, really detailed on that one. We've got the Flower Fairy, which I love. She's such a cutie. Flower Fairy, she is a 4. And we've got the Flying Fairy, who is also a 4. And we've got the Mushroom Fairy, which I love. So you then at the back, just if you wanted to have some adult colouring time, or you could take them out and give them to your children if you wanted to, whatever. It doesn't really matter what age. We've all got to have our therapy time. And I think art is one of the things that really does help therapy-wise. So anyway, I'm waffling on. So that's the Fairies book. They're available if you go to the link in my bio. Or that all of my links are in that link. It's a link tree, so it will take you to my website, which has these for sale. It also has the sheet sets for sale. So here is the sheet set. So basically you get A5 sheets printed off of all of them and sent out to you in one of these hardback style envelopes. So you can get those as well. Also, don't forget as well, these books aren't just books. They come with YouTube videos, and I show you not just how to draw, but how to take the designs further in other ways, using coloured pencils, using acrylic, that's acrylic, using pastels and pastel pencils. And yeah, they're just fun activities, some of them trickier than others, some just lots of fun. Excuse the mess, it got spilt water on. There's the watermelon one, pineapple, That's the ice cream one. I don't know why, but I really enjoyed the ice cream ones. It was good fun. So they're all on YouTube, and some of them are just on my Patreon. As I say, all the links are in the bio for all of my platforms if you want to find me. So you can start with the website and have a look. You can then maybe go onto YouTube, see what my videos are about. I'm very new to YouTube. I'm very new to TikTok, but definitely not new to teaching. I've been teaching primary school children actually for many years, and I'm definitely not new to art anymore. As I started, I think it was, well, I've always been into art, but I started doing it properly in about 2014. So I'm combining the two. So hopefully you'll catch me over on YouTube. Please follow me today. I'd really appreciate it. Please follow me. I'm trying to get up and running. Please follow me on YouTube as well. That would be appreciated. Share anything that you can of mine. I just want to get people drawing, get people having fun and some therapy time. It really helps. It really helps. And times are hard at the moment, so it's a really inexpensive way of trying to occupy your mind and keep things off the drama of what's happening around us and around the world. So anyway, I am waffling again. Sorry. Hope you don't mind a waffly one. So should we do another one? Do you know what? I really like this one. I've got 10 minutes. Let's do the moon fairy because she's such a cutie. Yep, let's do her. Okay. So I'm going to start off on number 1. It's our first step. It's quite an easy one. I'm going to go quite big with it so that you can see, and I'm going to do it with quite a dark pencil. So we've got an arch there. Okay, and then we've got our cloud coming in underneath. Now, I suggest you just doing them in like little strokes. Don't try and get the shape perfect the first time. Hopefully you can see that. I'm just drawing with lots of little strokes and going over again. Doesn't have to be perfect like what's on the sheet. Remember, you draw your own cloud your own way. That's the whole point of art, is be creative and let loose. These are just a guide to get you started. Now remember, these steps for drawing have been drawn digitally, so the lines are really crisp and clear for you to see. Please don't have that expectation when you're drawing, okay? It's got to be just sketching, and it won't be as perfectly straight. Well, you might, but I don't aim for that. I aim for it to be kind of just loose and a bit of fun. Right. So now I'm going to go to the second one, which is we need to draw our little fairy in. And I'm going to start by doing her hair, because that's the bit on the left that is going to give us the placement of her arms as well. So we'll do that. Little arms, little hands. And her face is kind of going to be here. So we know that we need to draw the other hand here and the other arm here. And then that's where we know her hair's going to be. And I love the way it just kind of flicks out as well. That's her hair flicking out. And then another bit down here to show her hair's flicking out. So, I mean, I did that quite roughly, but you can go in and draw it a bit neater if you wish to have proper little bumps on. There we go. So now we can just leave her face as it is. We don't really need to draw a face in. We know she's going to be in that space. So the next step is moving on to number 3, where we finish off the fairy shape and we finish off the moon shape. So moving that across. I know you can't see that now, but she's going to have little closed eyes because she's a sleepy fairy, and some little lashes on there. Hopefully you can see. And then coming closer again. There we are, that's better. And then I'm going to give her a little nose, a little round nose, and then a little straight mouth, and little round cheeks. And then she's got her body coming off to the side. So it's coming like this, like that, and over. So it's a little sleep bag. Okay, so you can draw that as clearly or as sketchy as you like. So I'm just drawing it like it's a little bundle. She's a little bundle of fairy. Okay, and then I'm coming round to draw the rest of my moon. And I'm doing that quite loosely. I'm not pressing hard because I don't expect to get that shape perfect first time. I mean, it wasn't too bad. So I'm happy with that. Then we go on to the next step, and the next step is to draw in her wings. Everything else is faded out because we've already done that. So now we have to go in and draw her wings. So we're going to draw exactly as they are there. Do the ones in front first, which are the bigger ones. Hopefully you can see just about in that picture. And I'm going to come in, and they're basically drawn with little leaf. It's almost like little leaf patterns. My phone might die. I'm hoping it'll last till the end. We've got 4 minutes left. I said 30 minutes. Right, so now I'm going to draw little Zs because she's sleeping. The little cutie is sleeping. Okay. Drawing her other... I think I may have drawn those too big. Hey ho, it's fine. Then we're going to go on to the last picture, and we need to draw the stars all around. So that's the next thing. Now this is completely up to you how many stars you want to draw. Remember, your star shapes might not be as perfect as the ones on the other page, but they have been done using a digital star stamp, so the shape is going to be perfect. Yours will not be. Don't expect that they will, and they don't have to be, because to the eye they still look like stars, and that is the main thing. And now what you can do is you can do like little crisscrosses for tiny little stars twinkling. And how cute is that? She's a proper sleepy little fairy in the sky. Okay, so next we're going to move on to step 6, where we can draw in the lines on the moon, which are just to give it some kind of form. And then we're going to go into doing the lines. You can see all the lines on the clouds there. So we're going to go in and do that. We'll just do it with C's like this. There we are. And that gives the clouds some 3D-ness. Oh, I missed a cloud. How did I do that? Let's draw that in quickly. And doing those big sweeping movements. There we go. And put some more C's in. They are literally just C's to give some shape and form to the clouds. There, we're all done. Hope you enjoyed that. That's the step-by-step sheets and the step-by-step books available over, if you check in my bio or my TikTok shop, they're there ready. You can get the sheets and you can get the books. If you head over to YouTube, all of the tutorials for drawing are there, as well as all of the tutorials showing you, this is from the summer pack that I did first, of showing you how to colour and paint once you've drawn them, and teaching you different ways to take it to the next level. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for coming by if you did, and maybe see you next time. Next time is Wednesday, same time, 7:30 until 8 o'clock. See you then. Bye.